In this video, we're going to take a look at some go-to poses. And this little sequence I'm going to teach you is energizing, clearing, and good for lifting your spirits. So take a comfortable seat. I'm going to sit on my shins. If that's not so comfortable for you, feel free to sit with your legs crossed, or you can sit up on a blanket or on a pillow. Have your palms on your thighs. You can have them, actually just have them palms up, a little more receptive. So palms up either on your thighs or on your knees. If it's comfortable for you, you can close your eyes or you can keep them open, focusing your gaze out in front of you. Let's take a moment here to start to observe your breath, right? Not changing the breath in any way, just watching your inhalation and watching your exhalation. Start to feel the breath in your chest and in your abdomen. Noticing the space between the shoulders. Can you even feel the breath there? Now beginning to feel your body on your mat. So if you're sitting on your shins, just noticing the shins dropping down, the feet dropping. If you're sitting with your legs crossed, noticing the sitting bones on the ground, the heaviness of the knees and the hips. As you start to connect to this sense of earth energy, begin to find some lift through your waist, almost like you could grow a little bit taller through the waist. Lift up through the crown of your head, let your shoulders drop. And feeling that soft rhythm of the breath in and out through your nose. And if you have your eyes closed, you can go ahead and open them. Just bring your palms now face down on your thighs or on your knees. We're going to do a little bit of seated cat and cow, right? So as you inhale, you'll slide your hands towards the tops of your hip creases. And then as you exhale, slide your hands away and round your back. If you're sitting with your legs crossed, you'll have your hands on your knees. Same movement through the spine, right? Breathing in, chest comes forward, shoulders reach back. Right, breathing out, rounding through your spine. And you can start to match your movement up to your breath. And so you might be moving more slowly than me or a little bit faster than me. Right, feeling that wave-like motion through the back body. Let your head go along for the ride, so you're not controlling the movement through the head. Right? There's some softness through the head and through the neck. Let's do that 2 more times, inhaling and exhaling. Good. And breathing in and breathing out. Good. And then start to come back up to a neutral spine. Let your shoulders drop. And then drop your chin down towards your chest, still feeling the shoulder blades drawing together on the back. Notice if you're rounding through your spine in any way. And if you are, just coming back to feeling those natural curves in the back body. And now drop your right ear over to your right shoulder, keeping the top of the left shoulder dropping down. You should start to feel that stretch through the left side of the neck and the top of the left shoulder. And now keeping your right ear dropping down, start to turn your head so you're looking down towards the top of your right thigh, which will slightly change the stretch through the neck and through the shoulder. And then roll your chin back down to your chest. And then take your left ear over to your left shoulder. And again, just making sure the right shoulder's not lifting with you, the right shoulder is heavy. Okay, and then turn your head so you're looking down towards the top of your left thigh. And then roll your chin back down to your chest. And then lift your head back up to center. And then take your arms out to shoulder height. You're going to reach out through your right arm. Take either your fingertips or your palm to the ground. Lift your left arm up and reach your arm overhead, right? Keeping the left hip nice and heavy, the left shin pressing down or the left sitting bone pressing down. And then you'll breathe in and lift back up. Reach out through your left arm, fingertips or palm on the ground. Lift your arm up and reach your arm overhead. We're going to do that 1 more time to each side. Breathe in as you lift up. Breathe out, reach out through your right hand, fingertips or palm down. Take your left arm up and over. And then one more time. Inhale as you lift. And then exhale and bend. Okay, and then breathe in and lift back up. Take both arms up overhead. You can let your shoulder blades lift. Reach up through your fingertips. Interlace your fingers and press your palms up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in. Exhale, press your palms forward and round your back. Right, and then breathe in and lift your arms up, upper arms reaching back. Good, breathing out, press your palms forward and let your back round. Good, 2 more times. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, press your palms forward. Good, and then last time. Breathe in and lift up. Good, breathe out, press your palms forward and round your spine. Good, then lift your arms back up, separate your hands, turn your palms away from each other, and then on your breath out, nice and slowly, bring your fingertips down to the ground. All right, so we're going to come down onto our blocks, onto our backs. You'll grab your block. All right, then you'll swing your legs around. We're going to set up in a supported half wheel. Right, so as you come down onto your back, your feet are under your knees, so knees bend. You should be able to approximately touch your fingertips to your heels. Feet are parallel, right, shoulders resting on the ground. And then you'll take your block, right, lift your hips up, and you'll bring your block under your sacrum. Right? And if you're not sure where that is, it's slightly lower than the arch, the lumbar arch in your back, and it's just above your tailbone. Right? So you don't want the block to be too far forward or too far back. It's not going to feel so comfortable. If this height is too much for you or doesn't feel so great in your back today, you can bring your block down to the lower height. That's perfectly fine to be there as well. All right, I'm going to let the weight of my hips just drop into the block. I'm going to bring my arms out to the sides, like 6 to 8 inches out from my body. Shoulders rooting into the ground, neck is heavy, head is heavy, neck is long. You may like to close your eyes, or you can keep your eyes open. Just feel the feet rooting down into the ground. The weight of your hips, right, drop into the block. And like we were doing in the beginning of the practice, just feeling the breath in and feeling the breath out. Take a moment here to see how comfortable you feel in this shape. If there's any little adjustment you need to do, perhaps moving the block further back or further forward, but you can make that adjustment. I'm going to slide mine slightly further back. And then settling back in. We're going to stay here for a minute or so. And I'm going to be quiet. I'll still be here. I'm going to be quiet for the next minute or so. your attention start to come back to your body. Just feeling the points of contact on the ground. Just feeling the soles of your feet on your mat, the backs of the hands on the ground. And then keep the block under your sacrum, right? And then start to lift your feet up off the ground. So we're going to start with the knees bent. If the block rolls out or pops out from underneath you, you might need to adjust the block so that you feel fairly secure and centered on the block. And then from there, you're going to extend your legs up. Now, it will depend how you feel in the backs of your legs. If this doesn't feel so comfortable for you, you can have a little bend through your knees, like the legs are almost just hanging above you. If you'd like, you can straighten your legs. I like to bring my feet together. You could also have the feet apart. So this is a supported shoulder stand shape. This is a really good pose if you've been standing all day or sitting at your desk. Right? You can lie down and lift your legs up. And you may like to close your eyes, or you can keep them open. We're just going to stay maybe for a minute or so. If it feels like there's a lot of effort in this pose, again, find that little bend through the knees. And start to drop back into your breath. And then keeping the hips on the block, your sacrum on the block, you're now going to start to bend your knees, and you might have to adjust the position of your low back on the block, maybe sliding the hips slightly further forward, and bring your knees towards your chest, any amount, right? The aim is to be at a place where you feel comfortable rather than pulling the knees all the way into the chest. You could have your arms on the ground, or you might reach around and hold onto your shins. It's a little bit like a happy baby pose, right? Not happy baby, rather child's pose, lying on your back. It's a nice way of stretching out the low back. A sense of grounding through the back body. Again, eyes open or eyes closed, your choice. If you're holding on to your knees, set your arms, come back down to the ground, palms face up. Step one foot to the ground, and then step the other foot back down to the ground. And you'll lift your hips slightly, slide the block out to the side, and lower your hips back down. Widen your feet to about mat distance apart, drop your knees together, and just bring your hands to rest on your abdomen. Just feeling the rise and the fall of your abdomen with the breath. And then start to heel toe your feet together to about hip distance apart. And then from there, roll over onto your side, whichever side is most comfortable for you, and pause there. You can let your head be nice and heavy. Stack your legs. And then take your time here to come up to sit. You'll press into your palm. Head and the neck are the last things to come up, so moving really slowly. And then coming up to find either a cross-leg position, or you can come back to sit on your shins. Either close your eyes one more time or take your gaze just out in front of you. Have your palms on your knees or on your thighs. Good. Noticing the breath in. Noticing the breath out. And breathing in. Breathing out. And one more time, inhaling. And exhaling. And when you're ready, if your eyes are closed, feel free to open them. So I hope you enjoyed this mini practice today and that you're able to incorporate those poses into your daily practice. You can practice them individually or you can practice them together in the sequence that I showed you. I'll see you in the next video.